Okay, everyone, so completing row 32, I'm going to come in where I did that single, the very first single that we started, and I'm going to close in with slip stitch. Okay, so now we are going to, we're going to come from behind, okay, that first double crochet, and we're going to be doing back posts double crochet. So I did a single and 2 chain. My first double crochet, this is row 33, 1 chain space in between the double crochet. So behind again, doing those back posts, double crochet, 1 chain. So that means we have 7 double crochets on the previous row. We must do 7 back posts, double crochet, 1 chain, back posts, 1 chain, one chain, and my very last one. Okay, so this is I don't know why I have this here. It's supposed to be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why I have this here. Probably made a mistake somewhere. So we've closed up with slip stitch. That's right, I grabbed the single on here. So that was not right of me. So make sure you get the right way. Single, 1, 2, and 3. That means single, 2 chain for double crochet and 1 for space in between them. Doing those 7 back posts. So easy to get mistaken, isn't it, people? Oh well, we all do mistakes. Just have to take it down and redo it again until it's proper. So 7 back post double crochets, and my last one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to go directly. There is no chain space. Directly into the next shell. Back post, 1 chain. Back post, 1 chain. So that's all we're going to do to this row 33. I hope all my rows are counted properly. But anyway, if you follow through, even if I called out the wrong row or something, if you follow it properly, you should not have any issues. Okay, and then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, directly into the next one. 1 chain, and again. A lot of details on this rug, which that's what makes the beauty of it, right? So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, finishing row 33, going into row 34. I've closed in with slip stitch on that single and 2 chain on my second chain, okay? I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a single and one chain. That's like for half double crochet. I'm going to come inside or on top of that double crochet and do half double crochet, coming again inside of the next one and half double crochet. So now we have 3 halves. This thing is getting heavier. 3 halves double crochet. Now on the next one we're going to do a total of 5 singles. Okay, so on the first space, half on top of the double crochet, half, okay, and half on the next one. On this one here we're doing single, so we need 5 singles. 1 in the center, 2 on top of the double crochet, 3 in the center, 4 and 5. So now I've done 3 half double crochets on top of the double crochet, half in the center, not half, single in the center, single, single, single inside, and single. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come back in with half because we need those 3 halves exactly like we have here. And I'll explain to you after why. So half on top of that double crochet, half. Here we're going to do a half incomplete. So take out 2 only and coming directly inside of the next one. So we're skipping the space in between the shells here. And we're going to take out all of them together. The reason why we're doing it this way, because we want to have a straight line. If we didn't do it that way, we'd have like round curves. We want a straight line all the way around. So I've done my first half, coming into, not into, on top of the double crochet, half. So I have 2 halves coming inside, 3 halves. Now we're going to do the 5 singles. Coming on top of that first double crochet, 1 in the center here between the double crochets, 2 on top of the double crochet, 3 in the center, 4 and the last one on top of the double crochet, 5 singles. Now we're going to go into the half on top, that's 2. That's exactly how we started with 3. And on this one is an incomplete because we're going into the next space there. So take out only 2, come in directly into the next one, take out 2, and now we take out all together. So I already have my first half. 2, oops, has to be on top of the double crochet. So in the center, and then 2 and 3, my 3 halves. I'm going to do my 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles. You see how it starts to line up more properly. 5 singles coming in, half on top of the double crochet. So that's my second half. And on my last one, I'm doing an incomplete, going directly into the next motive and closing it up together. Half on top of that double crochet and half. So I already have 3 in. Now I'm going to do the 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Half, 1, 2, and then complete into the next motif and take it all together. This is how we're going to proceed on this row 34. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so finished row 34. Going into row 35. Now, as you see here, I'm going to take it off so you guys can see and not get confused. So I'm going to do my last half. Obviously, we already have the first half there. So take out 2 and then come on that one and close it all together. Okay? Now, we're going to do this row 35, only single crochets, okay? Single crochets only. So I'm going to come in to the next one and do a single. I'm going to bring my marker up so we don't get lost. And we know where we're going to close, okay? Single. So this whole row, there is no increases. It's just single crochet. Then my mark just fell off. Then I'm going to cut my thread after this row and come in again with the silver, okay? So single, that's all you have to do. Singles all the way around. 1 per stitch. Now it seems like after we did this, it seems like it's all, but as we go, it's going to get straightened. So don't worry about it. Singles. Now remembering that we did the 2 halves incomplete, still it's only 1 single, right? There's only 1 stitch there. So we can have a nice straight round. It all falls into place because we're not doing any increases. So whatever is waving a bit, like a wave, it will straighten it out as you go now. Okay, so as you can see already, starting to straighten out. All of this will get straightened as we keep going with the singles. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row 35. I will close it up, cut my thread, tuck in, and come back with the silver, okay? And then afterwards, we are going to be working I believe on the triples here, okay? But anyway, I'll let you know once we are back. Okay, everyone, so finished row 35 with my singles. Now, don't forget when you start, leave a good size so you can tuck in so nothing comes apart. This is rugs. It's not like small doilies, right? So, did a slip stitch, especially on this one that I'm using is quite slippery. Okay, so now we are going to be doing triple. Let me just get my camera a little bit more up so you guys can see. We'll be doing a triple. We have these 2 that we closed together right under the singles, right? Below where we did the back posts, we closed then the 2 last ones, or should I say the last one and the first one. We've closed these 2 back posts together. This is where we're going to be attaching 2 triples on here, on both of them. Okay, going up. So let me just check here a minute. 1, no. Give me a second to count this. Okay, so where we have the marker, we have that single, the slip stitch we've closed in. I'm going to come in and do a single. Okay, try to hide that thread as I go. So now we're going to do a sequence of 9 singles. Okay, this is row 36, 3, 4. It's getting heavy and it keeps slipping. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, everyone. So your 9th single falls. So your 10th is right on top where we've closed the half double crochets together. Remember? The last row we just did was singles, but we've closed the half double crochets. This would be the 10th. We're not working on the 10th, okay? And we are not working also on the 11th, okay? Because we're skipping this one, and then as we do the triple, you'll see, I think it's better you see. So after your 9th single, roll twice. We're going to skip where we did the half incomplete, and we're coming down to the front, the back posts that we did, and we're doing a triple. Take out 2, and the last 2. Okay, we are going to skip a stitch and come into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Again, we don't work the 10th. We don't work the 11th. We're gonna, once we do the triple, or what am I saying? We don't work the 10th. We do the triple, and we skip, obviously, that 10th we're not working on. We're coming into the next one, the 11th. I explained myself wrong here, sorry. But at least you're still on time. Okay, so skip those half, come into the back posts, double crochet, and take out 2, and the last 2. So you can see when you're not sure if you're on the right track, you could always look behind, see which one is busy. And obviously the one that's right next to it that's not busy, which is this one here, I'm going in and doing a single. So we're always skipping 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your 10th falls right on top of those halves. Come down into the back posts and do your triple. Skip a stitch into the next one. Like that. And then again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The 10th is on top of those the half double crochets. We don't work them. Come down right below. We have those 2 back posts, which is the last of the groups here, back post, and the first of the other shell. So skipping a stitch into the next one. So basically the stitch you're skipping is number 10 because it falls right on top of that, right? And that's how it's going to look. And the pattern gets more straight as you go because now you're tightening up the stitches together, okay? So I'll meet you at the end of row 36. Okay, everyone, so ready for my very last one. We don't work that 10th one. So I'm going to come down, do my last triple, take out two, and the last two. And now so we skip that one, we don't work that one. And I'm going to come and close on that first single, okay? I'm going to go up one chain, row 37 now, and come back in and do a single. Single. So we're supposed to have 10 singles, doing the 9 singles and one on top where we didn't work, okay? So I most probably have to do the 10th when I come back where I've closed in over here because I didn't close right away on top of this one here, but I will do a single there. So closed here on that first space, one chain, coming back in, single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But this one will be a 10 once I come back to it. I'll do a single right here on top of that single here where I did a slip stitch there, okay? So if we count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th will be on top of your triple. Okay, it's just a way of explaining to you that you are to have now the 9 as we did, and on top of that triple, because next row we're going to be working on that triple again. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row 37. Okay, everyone, so closing out row 37. Remember at the beginning, I told you I would complete the 9 by going inside of this slip stitch that I did. Oh my goodness, tight. Everything is tight now. This is a very hard thread to work with. It's beautiful, but it's hard to work with. Okay, so I did my last single that I needed to do, okay? I'm coming in to the next one. And I'm going to do a slip stitch. Now, I'm going to go up one chain. I'm going to come back into that same one with single, okay? Only for this first one, I'm going to show you like this because we have one single before the triple, one on top of the triple, and the other one next to it, okay? So I'm not, okay, so just give me a second here. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 singles that I've done. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to roll. Actually, no. Give me 1 second. So did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, sorry about that, people. So we've done the slip stitch on that one. I'm going to go over one more. This time I'm going to do a single. If you want to grab your marker, if I need to do my single again once I come around, I'll come around to it. So I did my single for that very first one, slip stitch and then slip stitch. I'm just going to put the marker right here on that very first single because we need to have 5 singles, but 3 before the triple. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means our triple is right here. So that's 1, 2, 3 before. Okay. Triple again, roll twice. Come on your triple. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. I don't want this to be too loose because it won't look pretty. So you got to tighten that stitch up. 2, 2, and 2. Tighten on this one here, not on the triple. Okay. And then let me just see this for a second. So we're going to skip 1 stitch. If you look behind, we're going to skip that stitch. Okay, we did 5 singles, so that means the 6th single. We had 3 before the triple, so we skip 1 stitch. Coming into the next one, single on top of that triple, single, and 1 right after. We're always going to do 3 singles inside of that triple. We don't work on the 4th. The 4th is the replacement of the triple. So doing the triple again and closing. We skip that 4th. Okay, and then so we skip a space, we skip that single into the next one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 singles. So we have 1, 2, 3 just before the single. Again, coming into that triple, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2, skip a stitch, single, that's 1 before the triple, single on top of that triple, and single. And then, of course, doing the next triple, we're skipping that one. Take out 2, take out 2, and take out 2. Skip a stitch. When you're not sure, just look behind. You know it's this one you have to skip. And count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Triple again. Take out 2, take out 2. Oops. My goodness, this thread slips like crazy. And take out 2. Skip a stitch. Come into the next one. That's 1 before that triple, on top of the triple, and right after the triple. Talking about this triple, okay? Come back in. Take out 2. Take out 2, and the last 2. Skip a stitch, go into the next one. and count your 5 again. Okay, that's how it's going to look like. This is row 38. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've just closed in row 38 going into row 39. This is where I have my marker. So I close in with slip stitch. I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to come back in and do single. Another single, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that first single inside of the triple, 7. Now when I come back around, I'll complete one on top here, and then I'll do one just where I did that slip stitch. We need a total of 9, okay? So when you come back around, we'll do one on top and one inside to have the total of 9. Now, we're going to go into the middle one. Right below, we have this middle one here, and we're going to do 5 double crochets. So we're doing the popcorn, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. I'm going to come in that first one, and I'm going to close it up and slip stitch. Now it's going to be a little bit tight, but we have that single right here next to where we did the 5 double crochets. Single, that's all it's going to be all the way around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and inside right after the triple, 9. And then we're going to come in the middle, not on this one here, but below, right on the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 double crochets. Come on the first one, close in your popcorn, and slip stitch. Come into that. It's really, really pulling, so it's really tight. Come on that single right next to it. 1 on top of that triple, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and inside right after the triple, 9. And this is how we're going to repeat all the way around. Now, it's still a little bit wavy with my thread because my thread, you know, it's a polyester, so it pulls in. With your macrame or your cotton, you should be good. You should be perfect with it. And if it's not yet perfect and it's like mine, as you go, it keeps straightening out. And of course, don't forget, you know, we still have a few more rows to go, so things fall into place. So don't worry about it if it's waving a bit, because mine is waving a bit. Let me show you. As you can see, it's still waving a bit, and this is very hard ribbon thread, right? But it will get fixed as we go, so don't stress over it. You guys are using, most of you that I know of that are creating this are using the cotton thread or the macrame, so you should be good. It's harder with this type of thread. Okay, so coming in the middle again below, the row below, doing my 5 double crochets for my popcorn, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming on that very first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to close it in with slip stitch. Tighten that up and slip stitch. Again, I'm going to come in the single right after. I know it's tight because of all the 5 double crochets, but nothing is impossible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It keeps falling down because it's so heavy. 8 and 9. Remembering that we're working in the middle here. So this is the one that you're going to grab. Okay, and then right into the triple. 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, and 5. Gets tighter and tighter for me with this thread. Come in on that first one, close in, tighten it up, and slip stitch. Come in that single, which is extremely tight now. Single, single, and then you continue on again with your 9 singles and then your peacock. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so finished row 39, closed in with slip stitch, going to row 40. So I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to come back in, do a single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That leaves us 1 behind, and we're going to do a triple. Take out 2, and the last 2. I'm going to do a single, so we're skipping that one there, which is supposed to be where the triple's at, and I'm doing a single on the next one. I'm skipping the popcorn, and I'm going to do a single on that single right after the popcorn. Remember the one I told you, it's so tight next to the popcorn? Did a single there. Again, going to do my triple. Take out 2, and the last 2. I'm going to skip the stitch that belongs to this triple. So if you have a hard time, you could always look in the back. So I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to come in into the next one. Single, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're supposed to have 5, so I probably missed a stitch somewhere, either here. Let me just check. Okay, I think it was back here. Let me try that again. So I have the single on that single. I'm going to skip that one. So I skipped the one right on the triple. That's the one I made a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you see that you missed a stitch somewhere here, maybe you have forgotten to do the single, you can just add another single on the same one, the last one. So you see we have 2. So we're not working on this one. We're going to close in our triple on the next one next to the popcorn. Come in again. It's getting tougher for me because this thread is hard and tight, right? So I'm not working on that one. I told you that belongs to the triple. Doing my single on the next one. I'm skipping the popcorn, coming into the next single. And I don't want this to be loose. It has to be tight enough. We don't want a gap here at the popcorn. So, single. And then again, come in the next triple with a triple. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. We are going to skip the one right behind it that belongs to the triple and going to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is how we're going to proceed all the way around the same way. I have to check if I have enough minutes on here so it doesn't take up too much memory on my phone. This is video 5. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, but anyway, it's not hard to figure out. It will be titled as video 5. Okay, so I think within the next couple of rows, I should get my wave away already, because my ribbon is so tight that it pulled on here. And when I did the top ones here, it's sort of like wave. But you guys doing on macrame or cotton, you won't have that problem. It's my thread that's doing this, okay? But hopefully we'll be okay in the next few rows. So I'll meet you at the end of my row. Very simple. So you already know that you're skipping the popcorn, coming into that single right after the popcorn. And then right away. So we're not working on this one here because this one is where we're going to be doing as if we have the triple on there. Okay. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. And then come into the next one. So you skip 1 stitch here at the end and skip 1 over here. So 2, 3, 4, 5 singles and triple again. Skip that stitch, go into the single before the popcorn and the single right after the popcorn. I don't want it too loose because then it doesn't look pretty. So you want to make sure that you tighten that well to close up, and then triple again. So we're not working on that stitch. And then, excuse me, skip 1, oops. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then do your triple, skip 1, come to the one next to the popcorn. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row.